Hi there, welcome along to today's vlog. You're very welcome here. Please do hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Today we have in for review something I've been promising you for a long while, and finally the day has arrived. We have the Selmer Soprano, the Super Action Series 2, commonly known as the Selmer Series 2 Soprano, in for a review. I have played essentially Yanagisawa Sopranos since the age of 16, okay? I've played, dabbled around in a few other cheaper makes when I was a student, didn't have the money to have my own soprano. So I am intrigued as to how I will find this, because I'm very much set into one brand. I play Selmer Mark 6 tenor, and as you've seen, there are Selmer reviews here of the Selmer Supreme tenor. And then I'm going to leave a little gap because YouTube won't let me do it, and the Selmer Supreme Alto up there. You can go away and watch them. I hear rumours of a Selmer Supreme Soprano on the way, and if they can nail it like they've nailed the tenor, then wow. So as you can see, it's mother of pearl keys, beautiful engraving along the bottom. It's a one-piece soprano saxophone, so there is no curved neck, and this is something that already is putting me off because I'm so used to playing with the curved necks. But a lot of my fellow professional saxophone players hate having the split neck that you get with the interchangeable necks. A lot of people think that the resonance goes a little bit when you have the sort of neck divide here, and having one piece can actually help with resonance and with intonation. So let's see how that goes. I've got to say, just warming this up just before I put the camera equipment on, it was really noticeable how amazing, to be frank, as a soprano player. There's an old joke, you know, you're lost in the woods, who do you ask for directions? The in-tune saxophone player, the out-of-tune saxophone player, or Santa Claus? Well, when that comes to soprano saxophone, there's never, hardly ever, an in-tune soprano saxophone player. But this one seems to be there. It seems to be perfectly matched with my Sios soprano mouthpiece. You can watch the review of the mouthpiece. I'm playing a Venn clarinet, D'Addario Venn clarinet reed on 2.5. Let's see what this comes up with. So first off, a really warm, centered sound to the soprano. What I'm really wanting to see is how much breadth I can get with this music. When it comes to the soprano saxophone with me, it's the one instrument I almost play in every style, okay, apart from maybe rock, okay, which I don't play a lot of. I certainly play it in classically, I play it in jazz, I play it in more contemporary music, I play it in more modern classical music or avant-garde music. All my other saxophones, yes, my tenor, I tend to play a lot of, obviously, jazz and a bit more rock pop stuff. But alto tends to be almost exclusively classical, bit of jazz, but not a lot. Whereas the soprano, for me, has got to cover a really, really wide breadth of music. And that's what I'm hoping this will do. I really ought to stand and play this. haven't played any of that Evan Parker inspired avant-garde stuff for a while. So, beautiful chord sound. What I like about it is I can play across the range. Hopefully you got a good feel there of some classical stuff, some jazz, some sort of more New Orleans style jazz, some more modern jazz. It covers all of it. One thing I couldn't do, and that could be the player, not the instrument, the top notes don't speak very easily. A couple of times, if I left it in the edit, some of the top E's didn't quite clear out there and then, but I admit that could be me. It could also just be getting used to this particular instrument. Bizarrely, what I thought I'd struggle most about, which is not having a curved neck, has not really bothered me at all. If anything, I find it easier to play without the neck strap, without a curved neck. On the whole, a really, really, really fine instrument, but let's face it, that's what you expect from Selmer. It really does play well, lovely chord to the sound. There's a video knocking around on YouTube of the late great Wayne Shorter talking about how he can make his Selmer Soprano sound like a French horn. I'm not able to do that right now, but I'll keep working on it, and maybe the spirit of the French horn will hit me and I'll be able to make it sound like an extra French horn, whatever Wayne said. Number of subtleties there as to what's going on, and I ought to probably do a separate vlog about this, so I know only you hardcore ones are at the end with me, so those who've been with me for a while will know I'm a bit of an Apple fan, but you'll know that there's a new iPad out and it's super thin, etc. Well, I went to the Apple shop in Regent Street and I actually was persuaded that I didn't need the new iPad Pro. Bizarrely by Apple, the sales guy was like, maybe you don't need one. And he advised me to go for the M2 Mac Pro, which is the previous version. This is, I think, last November. I got this second hand, an eBay job, and it is wonderful. I have to say that I am bowled over by how good the M2 iPad Pro is. I was umming and ahhing about getting the Air, but actually pretty much everything inside there is what's inside the Air. The Air is just slightly repackaged as of the previous version M2 Pro. But I'm going down an Apple rabbit hole here, and you've come to hear about a soprano saxophone. The track you heard there was Lonely Woman from my Jazz Trio album, which we actually recorded 10 years ago this year at Stableford Granary, which is where I was cycling to, where I have my coffee. There's now a cafe there. Sadly, there's no longer a recording studio there. They do put on some concerts, but there's no recording studio. And so went down there for a coffee. The weather is kind of okay today. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you about how wonderful I think the iPad is as a secondary little thing. I am going to do a head-to-head vlog between this Selmer Series 2 and my Yanagasawa 992 Soprano, which is my favourite ever soprano, next week, so make sure you're subscribing. I will see you then. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye now.